Good evening, all. It's the old redneck again. Well, been doing some thinking. Talk a little bit about politics and laws. It seems to me, start remembering there used to be laws against making threats against presidents, vice presidents, senators, all that stuff. And for the last 2 years, we've heard every Tom, Dick, and Harry in Hollywood, or entertainers, or whatever you want to call them, circus clowns, whatever, making threats against the president. They want to blow up the White House. They want to chop his head off. They want to punch him out. They want to do this. They want to do that. Now, if I was to walk up to somebody and say something like that, I'd be in jail for making a threat. So I did some Googling the other night. I was bored. I Googled a simple thing called, is there a law against making a threat against the president? And yes, I would like to know why people aren't enforcing it. It's a federal felony under United States Code, Title 18, Section 871. It consists of knowingly and willingly mailing or otherwise making a threat to take the life, kidnap, or to inflict bodily harm upon the president. It's a federal felony. Yet we got all these celebrities making all these threats. They want to blow up the White House. They want to kill Donald Trump. They want to do this, that, the other. We've all seen it on the news. We've seen the YouTube videos and all this other shit. Now, I don't know about any of the rest of you, but I'm just a dumbass working man. But I know if I was to make a threat and publicly post it out there against a member of the government, even though they're all brain dead morons, half of them, somebody would be having the Secret Service or some police agency coming and knocking on my door. And I would like somebody to answer me why all these wannabe important people in Hollywood or Hollyweird, whatever you want to call it, seem to think they can get away with doing it. I mean, to me, it makes no sense. Maybe it's just me. I mean, I don't really care if you like the man that's in the office. That is the highest office in the land. Whether you respect the man or not, you respect the office. That's something we learned in the military a long time ago. You don't have to like the man that's in the office, but you got to respect the office. This world has got too many unicorn hunters and snowflakes in it for me. People that seem to think they can say what they want, do what they want, there's not supposed to be any consequences. Everybody wants everything to be utopia and get it all for nothing. Well, out here in communist California, I saw a news article the other day, yesterday as a matter of fact, or actually it was this morning, going to the city of Berkeley, that wonderful city. They now have passed an ordinance to where if you want to buy say a cup of coffee in a to-go cup, you got to pay an extra 25 cents for the cup. How many businesses is this going to put out of business? They're trying to make it so you have nothing to throw away. How long is it going to take for people to wake up? I don't know. It just seems like, let's say in the last 8-9 years, the laws have become skewed to where if you got money, you get away with it. You got Alec Baldwin got a $120 fine in a short anger management class for punching a guy over a parking spot. Now, if I punched a guy over a parking spot, I'd be in jail for a lot longer than he was, and I'd have a hell of a lot bigger fine. And I guarantee you I wouldn't get away with just anger management classes. Would you? I mean, the laws are supposed to be what's good for one is good for them all. If I have to follow the law, so does everybody else. That's the way it's supposed to work. If you don't follow the law, there are consequences to it. That's why they have laws. It's not a matter of, well, it's Tuesday, so we're going to let everybody off the hook today. Or, I got laid last night, so I'm in a good mood. You don't have to do any jail time. I mean, if anybody can explain this to me, send me an email. I'd be glad to read it. I mean, it makes no sense to me. Nothing in that law that I read says you have to complete the threat. It just says you have to make the threat. Now, if I'm wrong, if those videos, the newscast I saw and heard, led me down the primrose path to where I'm thinking something that didn't happen, feel free to tell me so. I am old, I could be forgetting things, but I seem to recall those pretty clear. You have whatever opinion you want of whoever's in office. But the minute you cross the line and make a threat against them, that's a whole different ballgame. Now, what I would like is somebody from law enforcement to explain to me why there's seems to be a difference. Let's be honest, if a Republican made a threat like that, they'd be in jail. But let a Democrat or a liberal make it, nobody touches them. Why not? Why the hell not? You just pick on the easy targets because you think you can get away with it because you got money, your name's on a movie screen? It ain't right. We all need to get our head out of our ass, get back to basics. You follow the law, or you do the time. Our laws are what keep this country the way it is, keep it great. Are they perfect? No. Do some of them need to be changed? Yes. Do you change them by screaming and hollering and yelling? No, you change it by the ballot box and with facts. Again, if people think I'm wrong, you can comment at the bottom of this. Send me an email to redneckrebel1956@gmail.com. I'll be glad to answer it. There's no jokes on this one. There's nothing joking about it. The minute you start letting the laws that are supposed to run us all affect only a few, let the entitled ones get away with it, you're losing control of the country. You're losing control of everything we hold dear. It's our founding fathers built this country for us to be free. That doesn't mean free to lose your mind and say what you want and think you're going to get away with it. That means free to be courteous to everybody. Treat everybody as you'd like to be treated. Does it always work? No. I've been around most of the world. And even with all our problems here in this country, it's still one of the best countries in the world that I've seen. These people want to have a socialist government. They should go visit a socialist country and see what it's really like. It's not all roses and hors d'oeuvres. We don't need to go down that road. Period. But before I get all sidetracked, that's my message for tonight. If you have any comments, let me know. You want to email me? It's redneckrebel1956@gmail.com. In passing, remember our vets coming home. Remember the ones deployed. They're standing the wall to keep the people, the wolf at bay against, harm us. Let's get our government back up and working. Get the Democrats and Republicans talking to each other. Let's get our country back on the right track. If you can help out a returning vet, do so. Find yourself a reputable organization and donate your time, money, whatever you can. There are some out there. The vets coming home don't want a handout. They want a hand up to find out what normal civilian life is like. To all the vets out there and the ones serving, this vet salutes you. Y'all have a good evening. Redneck Rebel out.